Okay, to continue our discussion, let's discuss circuit element. An element is the basic building block of circuit. An, an electric circuit is simply an interconnection of element. Circuit analysis is process of determining voltage across or the current through the element of the circuit. Here. So there are two types of element found in a circuit. Electric circuit, we have the passive. Example of a passive is we have resistor, capacitor, and inductor. While for active, those are elements which is capable of generating. Example of a generating element is we have the voltage source or current source. We have here an ideal independent source, which is an active element that provides a specified voltage or current that is completely independent of the other variable. Why is it that we have independent of other circuit variable? Because we have an ideal dependent or controlled source, which is an active element which the source quantity is controlled by other voltage or current. So, ang pinagkaiba ng dalawang ito is we have ang independent is it can stand alone. While for this dependent source, we have controlled siya. Meaning, yung value niya magdidepende sa kung ano, saan siya nakadepende. The word itself dependent. So we have four possible types of dependent source. Namely, we have a voltage controlled voltage source, con- current control voltage source, voltage control current source, and lastly we have a current controlled current source CCCS. So we have an example here. Let's try to answer this one. So given circuitry, we have a problem which is calculate the power supplied or absorbed by each element. Ilan yung element natin dito? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 elements. So we try to solve each element. Let's solve for that. We have this one for P1, which is we have dito yung current natin. We have dyan. We have ang formula for power natin is we have the I. Now we have negative 20 times we have 5. We have negative 20 negative 20 times 5 we have 100. Negative 100 watts. For P2 we have 12 times 5 we have 60 watts. For P3 we have 8 times 6 which is nag-flow dyan. We have 8 times 6, 48 yung value niya. And for P4, we have 0.2 I. Kung titignan natin, these are dependent source, which is active, independent source rather. These are passive, while this one is active, and also this is dependent source. We have current controlled current source. Now, for this one, ang value ng P4 natin or yung current nito is nakadepende sa I. So, kung titignan natin, this is I and we have a value here for I which is 5. Now, we have multiply pa natin ng voltage natin dito sa 4 na yan. Hanapin pa natin yung voltage ng P4. We have P4 is simply 0.2 times yung 5 natin multiply by ang voltage natin ng V4 natin is yung 8 volts. Kasi nga, itong P3 natin at saka itong P4 natin are in parallel. Kasi, if you can still remember our Physics 41, that parallel circuits are have a same voltages. Now we have the value of 8 dito. We have here, we have 40 multiply 0.2 or the 20% of a 40. We have 8 watts. So, yan yung i-prove natin yung summation of power is equal to 0. We have negative 100, which is supply, plus yung 60 natin, plus 48 natin, minus yung 8 natin, simply mag-equal yan to 0 because this is 108 yung minus, we have negative 108 plus 60 plus 40, we have 108. So, 0 siya. So, now, na-prove natin yung sa KCL natin at KVL natin at if you can still remember yung summation of voltages is equal to 0, summation of current is equal to 0. Ito yung loop at saka ito yung I, or sabihin natin na ito yung KVL, ito yung KCL. Try to review your Physics 41 kasi nga na-discuss natin yan doon.